Welcome.
Thank you.
This is the inaugural session of the Integrated Wellness Science and Practice. IWSP in short. A very good evening to everyone who has joined the IWSP inaugural program. We will be playing some interesting audio visuals leading up to the start of the program.
Over to you, Dr. Subrata.
Okay. Thank you. Namaste and welcome to CeRIMed event of Integrated Wellness, Science and Practice. I am Subrata Chattopadhyay, CeRIMed member, who will be the moderator today along with another distinguished member, Anirban Datta. Center for Research in Integrated Medicine, in short the CeRIMed, formed about 6 months back for creating an open platform for collaboration of integrated medicine or human health, human wellness. During this event today, you will know in detail why we do this and what you can do also. First, few house rules will be announced for this kind of online event. This is the first time we're conducting such an online event, and to make it to run for next 1.5 hours, almost 90 minutes without any problem, we need to maintain some discipline. I request Anirban to elaborate further on that. Over to Anirban.
Good evening, everyone. Namaste and welcome to Integrated Wellness, Science and Practice inaugural event today. Some basic house rules. Kindly keep your videos off and kindly keep your microphone on mute. Another very important thing is that we have sent across a video where you can get the best viewer experience by going to the gallery view and going to the settings. We will perhaps play the video somewhere in between and you can observe and you can do that. And that way you will be able to enjoy the event very well because you'll be able to see the speakers only and their screens. Okay, that's basically a little bit of on the Zoom side. But most importantly, kindly keep your microphone button on mute and video on mute. That's all from my side, Subhadada, and let me start the audiovisual as you mentioned and take the event forward.
A very good evening to everyone who has joined the IWSP inaugural program. We will be playing some interesting audio visuals leading up to the start of the program.
It's very important to remember our country the first. So since we are in a very positive event, we would start with a very nice song, which all of us know, many of us know. If some of you don't know, you will enjoy it even more. Let me start. This has some visuals of our country and its diversity and the challenges what it poses, also the opportunities what it poses. So let me start this fantastic song and a video.
ये जो देश है तेरा स्वदेश है तेरा तुझे है पुकारा ये वो बंधन है जो कभी टूट नहीं सकता ये जो देश है तेरा स्वदेश है तेरा तुझे है पुकारा ये वो बंधन है जो कभी टूट नहीं सकता मिट्टी की है जो खुशबू तू कैसे भुलाएगा से जिंदगी है ये कह रहे सब तो पानियां, अब है क्या कमी, यूं तो सारे सुख है बरसे, पर दूर तू है अपने घर से। आ लौट चल तू अब दीवाने, जहाँ कोई तो तुझे अपना माने, आवाज दे तुझे बुलाने वही देश, ये जो देश है तेरा, स्वदेश है तेरा, तुझे है पुकारा। ये वो बंधन है जो कभी टूट नहीं सकता। पल है वही जिसमें है छुपी पूरी एक सदी, सारी जिंदगी। तू ना पूछ रास्ते में काहे आए हैं इस तरह दो राहें, तू ही तो है राह जो सुझाए, तू ही तो है अब जो ये बताए, जाए तो किस दिशा में जाए वही देश, ये जो देश है तेरा, स्वदेश है तेरा, तुझे है पुकारा। ये वो बंधन है जो कभी टूट नहीं सकता।
This is the inaugural session of the Integrated Wellness Science and Practice. IWSP in short. A very good evening to everyone who has joined the IWSP inaugural program. We will be playing some interesting audio visuals leading up to the start of the program.
Swang Swaha, Swang Swadha, Swang hi Vashatkarah Swaratmika, Sudhatamashare Nitye Tridhamatratmika Sthita, Ardhamatra Sthita Nitya, Yanucharya Visheshatah, Twameva Sa Twam Savitri, Twam Devi Janani Para, Twaiva Dharyate Sarvam, Twaiva Srijyate Jagat, Twaiva Palyate Devi, Twamatyante Cha Sarada, विसृष्टौ सृष्टिरूपात्वं स्थितिरूपा च पालने तथा संहृतिरूपान्ते जगतोऽस्य जगन्मये महाविद्या महामाया महामेधा महास्मृतिः महामोहा च भवति महादेवी महासुरी प्रकृतिस्वञ्च सर्वस्य गुणत्रय विभाविनी कालरात्रिर्महारात्रिर्मोहरात्रिश्च दारुणा स्वं श्री स्वमीश्वरी स्वं ह्री स्वं बुद्धिर्बोधलक्षणा लज्जा पुष्टिस्तथा तुष्टि स्वं शांति एक शांतिरेव च खड्गिनी शूलिनी घोरा गदिनी चक्रिणी तथा शंखिनी चापिनी बाण भूषुणी परिघायुधा सौम्या सौम्यतराशेष सौम्ये व्यस्वति सुंदरी परापराणां परमा त्वमेव परमेश्वरी.
This is the inaugural session of the Integrated Wellness Science and Practice. IWSP in short. A very good evening to everyone who has joined the IWSP inaugural program. We will be playing some interesting audio visuals leading up to the start of the program.
नन्दितमेदिनि विश्वविनोदिनि नन्दनुते गिरिवरविन्द्यशिरोधिनि वासिनि विष्णुविलासिनि जिष्णुनुते भगवति हेशिति कण्ठकुटुम्बिनि भूरि कुटुम्बिनि भूरि कृते जय जय हे महिषासुरमर्दिनि रम्यकपर्दिनि शैलसुते वर्षिणि दुर्धरधर्षिणि दुर्मुखमर्षिणि हर्षरते त्रिभुवनपोषिणि शङ्करतोषिणि कल्मषमोषिणि घोषरते तनुजनिरोषिणि दितिसुतरोषिणि दुर्मदशोषिणि सिन्धुसुते जय जय हे महिषासुरमर्दिनि रम्यकपर्दिनि शैलसुते जगदम्ब मदम्ब कदम्ब वनप्रियवासिनि हासरते शिखरि शिरोमणि तुङ्ग हिमालय शृङ्गनिजालय मध्यगते मधुमधुरे मधुकैटभगञ्जिनि कैटभभञ्जिनि रासरते जय जय हे महिषासुरमर्दिनि रम्यकपर्दिनि शैलसुते.
This is the inaugural session of the Integrated Wellness Science and Practice. IWSP in short. A very good evening to everyone who has joined the IWSP inaugural program. We will
this is the background of CeRIMed. Till now we have been little automated. I thought, let me bring in my voice. For the people who have joined a little late, my name is Anirban Datta. I'm a member of CeRIMed. And this is the video which defines us. And the people whom you see on the screen, they are the members of CeRIMed, and they are the people who are behind this particular program. Thank you very much for joining once again.
And I think I congratulate them for that, because it's a wonderful thing, and wellness component is it should be integrated, because we should have the best of all the systems of medicine and not pick and choose, and all the systems put together, taken the best out of it. You will get a very good system of integrated medicine, which is the future, and I have been practicing it for the last half a century without any regret and with lot of benefit.
Please visit our website, CeRIMed.in, and check out Facebook page and the YouTube channel, which you can connect through the website itself. Thank you very much for joining once again. Now let me come to the program. This is Integrated Wellness Science and Practice, IWSP for short. And this is the inaugural video, which we have sent it to many people. I'll play it for the people whom they have not seen earlier. Thank you very much again, everyone, for joining. We will speak about some eminent personalities who have spoken about our program, to whom we introduced this program before we started this program, rolling out this program. This is the first rollout of the IWSP program. So I will just play. I'm sure many of you know this, supreme gentleman and a great personality. And of course, he's our Padma Bhushan Award winner. But just hear what he has to say.
For me, this is a subject which is very close to my heart because as a young child growing up, I always had sinus continuously. So whenever I had a tournament which would happen in the coastal regions, I would have a problem. With air conditions and fans, I would have a problem. With dust, I would have a problem. I think to understand health, and I was trying various things. But unfortunately, the medical advice at that point of time was about limiting fat and eating carb-rich foods, because sport was supposed to be heavily dependent on how carb-loaded you were. And as somebody who was very dedicated, I followed the advice to the T, and I paid for it. So by the end of my career in about 2002-3, I had the severe bouts of body aches and pains, autoimmune kind of disease, where I had allergies with almost everything, in the sense, right from any kind of dals to any kind of nuts. I would have an allergy. It was intolerance, not really allergy, but whether it's focus or like in sport, nutrition plays a very important role. Similarly, I think for each one of us, what we eat plays a very, very important role in how we feel. And I think we need to be really careful about what we put into our mouths. And that's something which we need to be more aware of.
That was Mr. P. Gopichan, our national badminton coach, and an All India, All England Badminton Championship winner, 2001. He was, I think, the second Indian to win after Mr. Prakash Padukan. So he talks about IWSP in short. We have, like him, at least 10 to 15 personalities who have spoken about IWSP. If we have to play those, I think we'll take another 3 hours. So what I have done is we have concised those videos and we have put it on our website. So please go to CeRIMed.in and you will be able to see the detailed videos of all these personalities who have spoken about wellness, about IWSP, and about how integration of various medicinal streams have helped them in their lives. So with these words, I am going to take names of certain few experts whose detailed videos we have, and we will be putting it up on our website, and you'll be able to see them as you visit our website. Just to enumerate them, I have made this small video so that you know who are these people who have been speaking about integrated health, IWSP, and wellness. Thank you very much. We have been also blessed by spiritual masters, and without whose blessings, I don't think we all can do well. So I will just play the names of the spiritual masters who have blessed us. And again, their detailed videos will be there on our website, and you can have a look under the IWSP section. Blessings keep pouring in. I have just mentioned a few names inadvertently. If you have missed out somebody, please don't take it to the heart. All the details will be made available. And since this program is, and the participants, eventual participants are going to be with us for the next 1 month, this is just the beginning. So we have just given a glimpse of what people have spoken about us. So I will just again.
This is the inaugural session of the Integrated Wellness Science and Practice. IWSP in short. A very good evening to everyone who has joined the IWSP inaugural program.
So with this video, we are inaugurating, we are introducing, we are explaining the background of our facilitators who have been so kind that with the by the grace of God, they have decided to do this service to the humanity, and we should all thank them. So I take this opportunity to introduce them. They are our members. Yes, with this, let me again hand over the mic to my colleague, Dr. Subrata Chattopadhyay, and I would request him to take over the proceedings from here on. Thank you very much. Dr. Subrata Chattopadhyay, please. Dr. Subrata, your screen is not visible. Hello.
Namaste and welcome to all our team participants on this auspicious day of science and practice. On this CeRIMed, I'm Subrata Chattopadhyay, as you know, a passionate believer of integrated medicine, along with
So, Dr. Subrata, your video is not visible. I will request Dr. Subrata to take up the details in terms of what he would like to speak a little later on. I'll hand over the mic to Swami, who is one of our facilitators today, to speak a few words before we begin the formal session. Over to Swami.
So I can stop my, so that I think there is some problem in the internet. So,
yes.
No, my connection is unstable. So
Okay.
Unfortunately,
no issues, sir. Yeah. Over to you, Swami Dayadhipananda ji.
Anirban, please mute all other participants.
Yes, I've done that.
Namaste, good evening, a warm welcome to all the members of CeRIMed who have been working for last more than 1 month to present us all our participants about IWSP, Integrated Wellness Science and Practice. I'm proud of my team, CeRIMed, Center for Research in Integrated Medicine, for giving a wonderful presentation what IWSP is about and what we are going to do in this program. My dear friends who have joined us this evening, warm good evening to all. Namaskaram. Yes, it's a day where we all are feeling blessed. It is an auspicious day of Mahalaya Amavasya. It is an auspicious day which is celebrated at Vishwakarma Puja. So with my good wishes and prayers, now I request Dr. Susheel Sharma, a cardiologist who has been practicing integrated medicine for the last more than 30 years. After practicing practicing his interventional cardiologist, he turns towards preventive cardiology based on his own life experience. We must all listen. What is the experience of Dr. Susheel Sharma, who is going to be the facilitator with me in the next few courses to attend. Now I request Dr. Susheel Sharma, eminent interventional cardiologist from USA, Maryland. Above all, he's a devotee, he's an admirer of Swami Vivekananda, inspired by the life and message of Swami Vivekananda. This true doctor who feels for others has dedicated himself to serve humanity. So this wellness course is being brought to all of you free of cost, because all who have come forward are all ready to serve humanity for the benefit of health, to attain wellness for all. With this brief introduction of Dr. Susheel Sharma, now I hand over the mic to Dr. Susheel Sharma.
Thank you very much, Swamiji. Thank you for a kind introduction. I'm grateful to you all from everywhere around the world that have joined. We will go through this integrated wellness introduction today, followed by a 4-week of program, which we're going to do together, learn from each other, enjoy, have fun, and benefit a great deal from this program. Before I urge you to actually get sold on this program and agree to participate, I have to tell you how I got into it. I'll tell you why I practice integrated wellness. Now, this was a very historic day in the history of India, 1977. Bittersweet moment, bitter for Indira Gandhi, who had to resign, and sweet for India that emergency was lifted. And this was also a bittersweet year for me. This is the year when I graduated from medical school. This is also the year where I first found out, when I started looking at the EKGs, I got excited and I thought, let me have an EKG of my parents. And they're both in their 60s, mother in early 60s, father in late 60s. And I found out, with the help of my professor of cardiology, that actually both of them had heart attacks. So here, there are 2 very important lessons for all of us. The first lesson is that if your father and your mother both had heart attack, your genetic makeup is such that there is a high probability that you may also have a heart attack. The good news is that if you practice integrative wellness, you can actually reverse that course. You can alter your genetic makeup, you can alter your genetic expression, and you can prevent heart attacks. So that's good news. The second lesson is for those of us who are diabetic. My mother and my father were both diabetic. Unfortunately, diabetics have a 20% chance, a 1 in 5 chance of having a silent heart attack, which means that they may have no chest pain, no shortness of breath, but they may have a heart attack and damage their heart. Now, this can be found out in the EKG, but unfortunately, sometimes the first manifestation of a heart attack is sudden death. And that's why you hear sometimes uncle such and such who had diabetes, nothing else wrong with him, no heart disease, all tests were negative, and suddenly died in his sleep because he had silent heart attack. So the second lesson is, if you are a diabetic, you have to take greater precautions to prevent heart attack. But if you practice integrated wellness, you already have modified your system in such a way that the likelihood of getting heart attack goes down. So I keep using this word integrated wellness, and you heard it so often, and I'll really tell you what I mean by it. Integrated wellness is when you actually integrate your physical wellness with your mental wellness, with your emotional wellness, with your intellectual wellness. And you elevate all these and optimize all this to the extent that your creative self finds its best expression for you to lead a meaningful and purposeful life, whatever is the meaning and purpose that you have defined for yourself. Once that state is achieved, what you get is a healthy body, what you get is a happy mind, and what you get is a worthy life. This was another defining year. I graduated, I finished my MD in India, and I moved to England, and I did my membership, and then I decided that I would go ahead and start my cardiology fellowship, which I did, and you're seeing this Leeds General Infirmary in Leeds, England. However, same year, I found out that my brother, who was at that time only 43, he had a heart attack. Now, he was a vegetarian, he was a non-smoker, and he was non-diabetic. But remember, he shared the genes of my parents. Fortunately, he survived, and he carried on for many more years afterwards and ended up having a bypass surgery and lived a good life and eventually died for unrelated causes from an infection. In 1989, I moved to America, and from 1989 until 2015, as Swamiji said, I continued to do interventional procedures, cardiac catheterizations, angioplasties, stents. I did them 5 days a week, 7 days a week, day and night, in patients with blockages, with heart attack, without heart attack. And I eventually found out all I was doing was really applying Band-Aids. Every time an artery is blocked, you open it up, you put a stent, it opens up, and this is an open artery that you see. All you've done is applied a Band-Aid. You've really not affected the actual process that's going on. And this made me to believe that there must be something more than just putting stents and high technology that one needs to lead a healthy life. This is the picture of a CT scanner. In my opinion, the single most important test that you can do after the age of 40 to find out whether you do or you do not have blockages in your coronary arteries is to do a simple CT scan, which takes 5 to 10 minutes, very inexpensive, very small dose of radiation. And this shows calcification in your coronary arteries if you have blockages. This is the best test that you can do to find out coronary artery disease. Why your doctors don't recommend it or why you're not doing it, I do not want to go into those controversies, but this is the best test that you can do and the cheapest test you can do. So I started following my calcium score. For the very first time, I did it in 1997 when I was 40 years old. And I was happy to know that my coronary artery calcium score, the CAC score, was 0. However, my cholesterol was 222, and I knew that my genes were against me. My father had a heart attack, my mother had a heart attack, my brother had a heart attack. So I had to do something, but again, like everybody else in their 30s and 40s, all that mattered to me was my career and my name and fame and glory. So lifestyle was poor. I worked and worked and worked, and diet was poor. 10 years later, my calcium score went up to 30. It's still not that high, but it's telling me that I am now developing blockages in my arteries. Slowly, the calcium is getting inside my coronary arteries. And my cholesterol also went up. I changed my diet a little bit, but not a whole lot. Lifestyle was still work, work, work. And I took some statins, the cholesterol lowering medications, but I took them on and off. I took them, I had muscle aches, I stopped. Then I took them, I had muscle aches, and I stopped. So I was really not committed to lifestyle, and I was not committed to medications either. Fast forward 10 years later, and my calcium score now is 140. This is the year also when actually one of my best friends who did high school and med school with me and MD with me and was a cardiologist in New Delhi, he dropped dead in his office from a heart attack. He had excellent lifestyle, vegetarian, active person, and did not even have high cholesterol. That made me to believe that I should be doing more for my heart than is needed. His father and mother were diabetic, and his father and mother had heart attacks. So I changed my diet completely at that time, changed my lifestyle, and put myself to statins and brought my cholesterol down from 238 to 30. to 200. So that's 38 points drop. I didn't think it was good enough. And then I started integrated wellness, and I had 4 beautiful weeks I spent with Swamiji, who is a great inspiration. He is the one who actually taught me yoga, meditation, pranayama. We did it together for 4 weeks under his guidance. And I can assure you that once you do this program of 4 weeks of yoga, meditation, pranayama with Swamiji, you will be expert doing it on your own and seeing the benefit for the rest of your life. March 23rd is when I left India and I came here. And from then on until now, every day I'm practicing the yogasana, the pranayama sessions, and the dhyana that Swamiji taught me. And I brought my cholesterol down to 130. So it's a huge drop in cholesterol over and above the statins that I was taking just by practicing integrative wellness. Well, the good news now is I do not need to check my calcium score. Some of you may know that there was a big study done in America called Framingham Heart Study, from where all these risk factors in heart disease came into being. And one unique fact they found out is that those who had their total cholesterol below 150 never had a heart attack. So if you, by the help of whatever mechanism you can, bring your cholesterol below 150, you drastically reduce your chances of getting a heart attack or stroke. Okay, so that's about me. Then you must be wondering, why should you be practicing this? Well, I'll begin with this video. This is some of the things that are alarming, but I think it opens your eyes and tells you that technology, stents, bypass, expensive hospitals, a lot of money is not the answer to good health. You have to change your lifestyle, you have to change your diet, you have to change the activity level. And this has already started in America, where more and more people are switching their diets and leading healthy life. Unfortunately, the reverse is happening in India. We are getting the McDonald's in India, the Pizza Huts in India, the Kentucky Fried Chickens in India, whereas Americans are moving away from that to healthy food. So please take a look. It's a 60 to 120-second video.
This could be the first generation of children in the United States that lives less than its parents. I guess because I take for my diabetes, that I want to cholesterol, my blood pressure, and then I take Viagra, which is an injectable. I'm getting really shaky and I'm sick of fatigue, and that's when I diagnosed me with hypertension and diabetes. Obesity, diabetes, heart disease, high blood pressure costs this country more than $120 billion each year. People say you're crazy, you're a cancer patient, you should be resting. Doctors told me this. When I had the second heart attack, the doctor said I should prepare for death. Heart disease is an absolute total stereotype that never ever exists. People who were raised in Japan, Philippines, Korea, China, never had heart disease, prostate cancer, bone cancer, breast cancer, rheumatoid arthritis, multiple sclerosis. This is the
Dr. Susheel Sharma, can you please increase the volume of the computer you are using?
Just like I just take the blood level tape of that person. I knew at that point what caused most diseases. Our national authorities are simply excluding this concept in order to protect the status quo. With the rest of that, there's going to be 500,000 people in this country this year who will have to have the front half of their body divided. Their heart exposed. Some people would call that extreme. I know of nothing else in medicine that can come close to what I've been trying to do. If you go through life thinking what happens to you from a health perspective is based on your genes, you're a helpless victim. I've reversed the diabetes. The diabetes is not coming back. I just can't understand what it's done to change my life. Diet is so much more important.
I think, Dr. Sharma, we need to probably share your screen once again. You'll have to have that option of share sound once you share screen. So I'm just unsharing your, stop sharing your screen. So you can again share screen. You press this green button below.
Yep.
And then there is an option called share computer sound.
I don't see anything here.
Okay, fine, fine. Please carry on. Please carry on. No problem. You can skip this video because we have seen this here.
So anyway, so that's about the American scene. This is the data about India from World Health Organization. 80% of heart disease, stroke, diabetes can be prevented. 40% cancers are preventable. Now, let's also look at some other evidence. The red dots represent 5 island nations and cities on the world map, diverse, spread all across, in Loma Linda, California, Nicoya, Costa Rica, Sardinia, Italy, Icaria, Greece, Okinawa, Japan. What's common? What's common is that these people live long, healthy lives. As per capita population, they have largest number of people that live beyond the age of 100. So National Geographic said, okay, let's go ahead and find out what is it that these people do and do it differently that makes them so happy, so healthy, and live so long. And when they did the study, they found out that there were things common to all these 5 people, and they grouped them into 9 groups. And here they are, I'll share with you. They all believed in leading a stress-free life. They all had some way of mitigating stress and downshift their life. They all had a purpose in life. When they woke up first thing in the morning, they knew why they were getting out of the bed. They all follow predominantly plant-based diet. They ate some fish, usually on the weekends. They all followed 80% rule. They never filled their stomach 100%. They always left 20% space after they had finished the meal. They were well connected with their families and have good, healthy relationships in the family. They all moved naturally. They walked, they biked, they ran, but they did not use transportation, automobiles that much. They all mixed with right friends, satsang, good people, people that elevate them in life. They all belonged to one or the other institution where they could go and serve and pray and volunteer. They also had a glass of wine at 5 p.m., which you would like to hear. So if you're drinking wine, it's okay, 1 glass, but you can't just go on and say, well, just because they did it, you want to start drinking too. It's not good. If you try to start drinking wine, also follow the other 8. You all know who this man is. That's Bill Clinton, the president of the USA. And you need to know a little bit about his life history and what you can learn from that. He was in White House when he found out that 90% of his arteries are clogged. So he had annual exam. He had all the tests done. And he only found out blockages when he was 90% blocked. So there again, I tell you why it's important to do coronary artery calcium score, because that is what picks up asymptomatic coronary artery disease before it becomes a problem. Can please everybody mute their Zooms? I'm having a lot of background noise. Same year, he ended up having bypass surgery. Then he had to have a second bypass surgery because of a complication of the bypass surgery. Then he had to have 2 stents put in for 2 blocked arteries after the second surgery. At that time, he got frustrated and he switched to vegan diet. He switched his diet, and I would like you to listen to his experience.
Increase the volume, doctor.
No, I think the sound sharing is a problem there. Your computer, there is an option called...
What I will suggest is we can upload this on the CeRIMed website, and Dr. Susheel can just say the brief message about Bill.
Okay, so here Bill Clinton is talking about his experience of how, there are a lot of disturbance coming. A lot of people are not muted. I'm getting lots and lots of background noise in my ears.
Yeah, one gentleman is constantly.
Yeah, can you mute everybody? So what is integrated wellness going to achieve? It's going to help you prevent heart attack. improve your diabetes, lose weight, prevent strokes, improve blood pressure, fatty liver, colitis, cholesterol levels, and also reduce your incidence of cancer. If you have already blockages and you've gone through procedures like bypass surgery or angioplasty, you will see that by practicing diet alone, and I must admit, this was a very, very strict dietary regimen. Here's a completely long blocked artery, and here it's opening up. Here you see a focal artery in the middle picture and how this blockage is clearing up. And here it's very clear, a long blockage in the mid segment of this blood vessel. And this is 6 months later with a plant-based diet. So this was the first published evidence of plant-based diet published by Dr. Esselstyn in 1995. For the first time, people realized that to unblock the arteries, stents and bypass is not the only answer. You can do that with diet alone. How do we do it? We'll give you the scientific facts. We are only going to present to you the practices that have scientific basis, are evidence-based and validated. Now, there are a lot of practices that we leave out. If you leave them out, there could be two reasons. A, they do not have published evidence-based data recommended by institutions like American College of Cardiology or European College of Cardiology, or the benefit that they demonstrated was in small number and not statistically significant. Those practices will form the foundation of this program. You will practice them for the 4 weeks, 3 times a week, 90 minutes a day, and then you'll be able to measure on your own the difference. And once you see the difference, you will get the proof and you do not need any other evidence after that. So how do we do it? There are 4 components to it. We call it dash to wellness. You can remember from the acronym: D for diet, A for activity, S for stress, and H for habits. We'll talk about healthy diet. We'll discuss what is a whole food plant-based diet. We'll all be collectively sharing recipes, and you will all be experimenting. You'll be sending us recipes and sharing with everybody else. So it'll be a connected, collective dietary experience on the internet. We'll tell you how to balance activity with sleep and with rest. We'll talk about how to change habits, and we'll also talk about how to live stress-free. Now, how do you change habits? Some people say, oh, I just do it. The scientific data behind this is it doesn't last. Some say I make a resolution and I follow it. The scientific data says it lasts for some time. So that leaves you with really only 2 ways to change habits. You either substitute habits with a corresponding good habit, or you sublimate a habit. You acquire habits that are creative, that are purposeful, that are meaningful, that elevate your life to a level where loving, serving, volunteering is what really is the motive of your life. And that makes all the bad habits fall away by itself. In fact, there is so much science right now. If you ever Google mind-body connection, you will see Harvard has done so much research in the benefits of meditation, yoga, and pranayama that leads to wellness. And you will also, if you Google, you can see Stanford Compassion Institute, which has done so much research on loving kindness and compassion that makes people change their lifestyle and change their health habits and lead a happy life, healthy life. You'll also see the benefits of volunteerism, how leading a life which is serving others is resulting in more benefit for yourself than for the person that you're helping. We'll talk about these 2 underlying concepts behind stress management. Impermanence, we're all aware of it. We all feel it every day in our life, and interdependence that we feel. These are the 2 cornerstones of Eastern philosophy for several thousand years, based upon which the methods, the yoga, the meditation, and pranayama is based and helps through the mechanism that nothing will last forever. And no matter how isolated you want to be, We are all depending upon each other. So what does that lead to? Impermanence leads you to understand that sometimes you have to accept things as they are, and sometimes you have to let go if the things are not the way you want them to be. Interdependence tells you you cannot extricate yourself from the society. You have to live in the society, in the family, in the community that you are, and the only way you can do that is through love and service. If there is harmony in your physical, mental, emotional, intellectual health, then your creative self finds true expression to serve the purpose and meaning of your life, whatever you think is the purpose and meaning of your life. Your purpose, your meaning, your creativity is all that matters because you are unique. We will be discussing this at length, and you'll be doing this with us for a long time, for 4 weeks, but I'll just briefly touch upon self-rejuvenation time. To me, this is the single most important practice for stress management as well as for changing habits. If you can convince yourself to sit 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 4 minutes, or 5 minutes, same time, twice a day, morning and evening, and sit in silence, solitude, and seclusion, and reflect, this practice alone will transform your life. It sounds simple, it sounds unbelievable, but there is scientific data backing it. The first benefit that comes just by doing this practice is that you have already trained your mind to a disciplined lifestyle where no matter what, you will sit morning and evening at the same time. This is the first lesson that you teach yourself in self-control, which is really needed to transform your habits. And the second is, once you start reflecting on this, we'll tell you various different ways to reflect. We'll teach you breath focus, we'll teach you relaxation. This rejuvenates you. All day, physically, we are taxing our body. All day, mentally, we are taxing our mind. We give rest to our body by sleeping. But trust me, sleeping does not give rest to mind. Mind sometimes still stays active in dreams. What really gives rest to the mind is meditation and self-rejuvenation. Meditation has many health benefits, as you will discover. And now there is scientific data that meditation trumps genes. Even genetic expression, your genetic makeup changes if you meditate on a regular basis. In fact, I'll stick my neck out to say, and these are not my words, these are words of the eminent scientists. The 20th century belonged to medications. The 21st century will belong to meditation. So you have a choice. You have a choice. You can continue taking pills because there are excellent medications for diabetes, blood pressure, cholesterol, heart disease, cancer, stroke, and you can take those pills and they work. And they work and they prevent you from having illnesses and they control your illnesses. Unfortunately, they have a limit, and eventually it'll come to a point where the medication will stop working and you'll have to resort to procedures, bypass surgeries, carotid endarterectomies, bypasses in the legs, or you exercise the choice of prevention. You practice lifestyle modification, you practice integrative wellness, and you get rid of the pills and get rid of the procedures. You have to plant the seed today to harvest the benefit tomorrow. These 4 weeks that you will invest in your health in the coming month will be the best 4 weeks of your life. You will learn several beautiful practices, including great experience of yoga, meditation, and pranayama with Swamiji. Remember, a goal without a plan is just a wish. And I hope that you will join us and we'll together do this wellness journey. And now I invite Swamiji to come and bless us with his talk and his views.
Over to you, Swamiji. We are not able to see your screen. Yes.
More than 130 has been really an exciting day for me and for everybody, I suppose.
Yes.
Thank you very much, Dr. Susheel Sharma ji. You have talked based on your experience. You have talked based on the science, what really wellness means, and what are the problems we are facing. I definitely agree with you. Your problem is my problem and everybody's problem. Every one of us, as long as we have this body, we will have to face these problems related to this physical body that manifests as disease. Right from simple headache to cancers. Today, the research is mentioning and presenting papers, and I have been fortunate enough to be able to participate in various national and international webinars, learn from directly people who are doing research. What they say, if we can practice wellness in our day-to-day life, we can stay away from all the physical diseases. Not only physical, as said by WHO, World Health Organization, physical, mental, social, and spiritual well-being of a person. That is the goal of health. So if all of us who are sincere, who are responsible for our wellness and our family and our society, should practice what Susheel has spoken. Yes, we did practice in the month of February together. For a month we were together. What we practiced? For example, you are seeing here, we are going on a bicycle. Before that, what we did? We got up early in the morning, got fresh, sat for our meditation, prayer, then went for a nature ride. Sometimes we went on the Chandi hills. Sometimes we were on the Ganga bank. What we did there? Yogasana, pranayama, living in the nature, having the fresh breath, having energized, and also we visited farms sometimes whenever we got some time off our work. Along with that, what Susheel Sharma did, he came for 1 month, giving up all the busy practice that he had in the West as an interventional cardiologist because he wanted to learn more on yoga and meditation. And I have been doing this for the last few years with more seriousness and focus because it has helped me immensely. That I'll be sharing with you later. What we did together with that, good routine, dinacharya, we had a nice breakfast, mainly mono fruit with coconut. Then what we did, we had a nice lunch full of fresh vegetables. Then we had cooked meal, which is again healthy. What is that? I'm telling healthy, healthy, healthy. That food for coronary artery and any artery which doesn't have salt, doesn't have sugar, avoid milk and animal food, and processed grain. That means all that is polished is not good. That is going to create a lot of problems for us. So avoid that. And what should we have? Fresh, local, seasonal, raw vegetables, because it contains a lot of antioxidants, phytochemicals, polyphenols, which are very good for our health at the cellular level, at the organ level, and at the whole body level. That should be our good food. So if you can practice a good dinacharya, good routine with a good diet, exercise, yoga, what it did for me, now I am 44, my cholesterol was going up. LDL, you can see, it was 161. Triglyceride 148, total cholesterol 211, and the good cholesterol HDL was around 50. After 1 month's intense practice, What was the result? My total cholesterol came down to 161, triglyceride came down to 132, and LDL from 161 to 100. No statin. I did not take statin.
Swamiji, your sound is coming little blurred, so I'll stop your video.
Because member, I can observe.
Yes. Swamiji, can you?
I think some internet issue, Nirvan.
Looks like. So should we ask him to rejoin? Yeah, I think he's rejoining us.
He's rejoining. So give us a minute. Let him join. Yeah.
Yeah, Dr. Susheel.
I think he joined now.
He's joined back. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, Swamiji, you have to unmute.
Hello?
Yes, Swamiji, we can hear you loud and clear.
I will share my screen now.
Yes.
Fantastic.
So what happened? My good cholesterol went up to 58. So if we can practice healthy diet, good exercise with good routine, what happens? Bad cholesterol came down and good cholesterol HDL went up. That was my health benefits when I practiced for 1 month with Dr. Susheel Sharma. As we all know, yoga should be way of life, Jivan Paddhati. The ideal way to live our life is yoga, Yog Jivan. So if we can practice that, what are the benefits? We feel our health is improving, we are energized, we are feeling fresh, we are looking good, we are feeling good. If you are in that state, you are away from all the health issues. So I had the good fortune to practice with various monks of our order who came to Haridwar, some volunteers from America, and also I had the good opportunity to share the health benefits of yoga and pranayama in institutions like AIMS Rishikesh, All India Institute of Medical Science. He is the head of the department Diabetes and Metabolism, Ravikantji. There I shared my experience along with the type 1 diabetic children that we have. More than 300 are leading a healthy and happy life because they are practicing integrated medicine, integrated wellness based on science. We teach them all about diabetes, and they're able to take care of their blood sugar. They're able to lead a happy life because they are practicing integrated wellness. So when we do that pranayama, like Anulom Vilom, Bhastrika, Kapalbhati, what happens? Our quality of life increases. We get good sleep, we become focused, our health issues, if at all we have blood pressure and like that, it can come down, we'll have good digestion, you will be away from all that bad habits. We have been conducting regular yoga shibirs with eminent people like Dayadhipananda, who is the head of yoga department in Patanjali, then Vice Chancellor of University here in Haridwar. So with all the eminent people, we are able to practice yoga, teach yoga to our friends, to our staff, to our patients, especially the type 1 diabetic children who are on insulin along with insulin. When they practice wellness, we see the result. It's wonderful. So it is my earnest request, all of us should join this integrated wellness program, which will be explained in detail in the next few hours, and all the aspects of science and practice and yoga and pranayama will be dealt in detail, evidence-based, experience-based. If it is Susheel's experience, it is my experience. If it is the experience of Bill Clinton, if it is the experience of my type 1 diabetic children, it can also become your experience, provided you are committed to give your time. As you know, Ramakrishna Mission and CeRIMed, together with the eminent cardiologist from USA, are there to serve the society, serve the living God in man. So, dear friends, listen to our CeRIMed people, how this program will go ahead. And once again, I welcome all for this integrated wellness, science and practice, which we will be starting very soon with wonderful sessions, with detailed discussion on each and every aspect. Thank you. Namaste.
Thank you, Swamiji. Namaskar, and kindly be, you keep your video and audio both on. I would request, in case Dr. Subroto can come over, or maybe Naresh can join me. On behalf of the people who are today listening to us, there were a few details about the program which you mentioned about being for a month. What exactly, this is a question to both of you, what exactly do you have in mind when you talk about a month-long program of IWSP, and when does it start?
So the program will start on September 24th, a week from now. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes. There'll be 90-minute sessions each day, Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. There will be a 20-minute initial session by me on the scientific topic every day. You will hear about what is the role of supplements in life, what's the role of diet in life, how can I control my blood pressure without medicine, how can I improve my diabetes without medicines, how can I improve my chances of not getting a heart attack without medicines. So all those scientific evidence-based methods and practices that we'll be discussing, followed by a 10-minute of question answer every day. Since it's going to be interactive and connected, you will also be sharing with us your experiences, how your progress is going, diet, for example, how you're cooking with minimal salt, minimal oil, minimal sugar, and sharing recipes amongst ourselves, making friends, having fun, enjoying the talk, enjoying the fun. And then there'll be 45 minutes of interactive meditation, yoga, and pranayama with Swamiji every day. There will be eventually 5 to 6 pranayama practices, at least 20 minutes of meditation, and 7 to 8 good asanas that Swamiji will lead us to. But he has a beautiful way of gliding us through that. He will begin with the easiest, simplest pranayamas, simplest exercises first, and they will gradually increase, so that by the end of 6th or 7th session, you have a taste of all the different pranayama, yoga, and dhyana that he's going to do. And from week 1 onwards, you'll be practicing the full thing. And at the end of 4 weeks, you'll be at a point where you will be able to continue doing this on your own, just like I learned from Swamiji in 4 weeks. And now for the last 6 months, I've been doing myself daily on my own, same routine, same everything, and enjoying the benefit. So this is really going to be the outline of the program, 90 minutes, Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday for the next 4 weeks, starting September 24th. And I'll take some questions.
Yeah, Dr. Sharma, Swamiji, to both of you again, we have heard about these kind of programs where, the participants are made to go through a particular set of procedures, routines, where a lot of people learn and a lot of people experience, practice, and they're pretty expensive. What is the idea behind making this completely? I heard Swamiji and you both speak about the seva, part of it. But what exactly can you emphasize on that part once again for all of us?
Yeah, that's a beautiful question you raised. And I touched upon volunteerism and altruism and the benefit. In India, we call it seva. In the West, we call it altruism. And there is a ton of scientific data on that I'll be sharing with you, especially the ones coming out of Stanford University from their School of Kindness and Compassion. Volunteering 2 hours a week has tremendous health benefits. If you look at the map of the United States of America and look at the incidence of heart attack, and you divide America into different states based upon where people volunteer and where people don't, the states where there is volunteerism, the incidence of heart attack is low. So there is a term they use called helper's high. When you volunteer, when you serve, you benefit more than the person that you serve. So this is the service aspect that you're talking about. This is not the only practice that you're going to learn. We're going to give you practical guides as to how to join a volunteer organization and serve. You will also see tremendous benefits of scientifically proven practices like self-compassion. We always talk about compassion, how we should be compassionate to others. Really, you cannot be compassionate to others if you're not compassionate to yourself. So you will learn the practice of self-compassion, how to practice. It's a 2-minute practice every morning. You learn the tremendous scientifically proven benefit of gratitude practice. So all these practices you're going to learn: gratitude practice, self-compassion practice, self-rejuvenation practice, meditation practice, volunteerism, along with physical yoga, pranayama, dhyana, along with daily walking, at least 6,000 to 7,000 steps, along with dietary modification. We'll also discuss novel ways of changing habits, scientifically based habits, methods for changing habits. And one of the byproducts, if you do yoga, meditation, and pranayama regularly, one of the byproducts of that is that the stress diminishes in your life, the aches and pains disappear in your life, your health improves, your emotions improve, your mentation improves, your intellect improves, your creative self improves, and you find greater expression of the purpose and meaning of your life. And this is exactly that we think that we are going to get by doing this, because when we do this with you, the joy that it brings to us, we do it for 4 weeks, and the helper's high, as I said, I think we benefit more. So it's a beautiful way of doing it together, learning it together, all of us, and enjoying and benefiting together as one family. So that is the aspect that's most beautiful and dear to my heart. So I look forward to, we're all getting together and doing it together. We'll learn, we will make mistakes, we'll rectify, we'll laugh, we'll cry, we'll have aches and pains, and we'll have joys, and it'll be a beautiful journey that we'll do it together for 4 weeks. And my focus is not really on a goal after that. My focus is really on enjoying this journey with you and benefiting with your company, your satsang, and being with you and doing it all together.
Fantastic. Any words from Swamiji? Because Swamiji, you are a champion in this. You being a doctor, you have dedicated your life.
Yeah, I would like to share. As we know, our mothers at home are always happy because they're always thinking about others. Children, husband, elders, they're doing everything for others, but not for themselves personally. So, which we have learned from our mothers, which is genetically more in them, can we implement in ourselves with a good practice, which we call as a wellness practice? That's what Swami Vivekananda taught to Rockefeller those days in America. When he went to America, Rockefeller was the biggest and richest man of those days. When Swamiji meets Rockefeller, the richest man on the earth of those days. So as you know, when you got some money, power, we get the feeling, what? I am the biggest person. You should be always thankful to me. I can do anything that you require. But with a deep conversation with Swami Vivekananda, Rockefeller was taught, and Rockefeller was ready to donate. Swamiji, you have talked a lot about philosophy for life. I am very much impressed with you. Now I am going to donate a big check for a charity work. Please thank me. What was the answer by Swami Vivekananda? Swami Vivekananda said, it is you that you should thank me because I was the one who made you to donate. The money, whatever you have, if you don't use for the use of others, it has no value because you are not going to take with you when you are leaving this body. So when you donate for a charity work, lot of people will come and say thanks to you. So I have made you to think to donate, that you should be thankful to me. Second, he says it's always the donor who should be thankful to the receiver. As long as we don't have a receiver, to whom we will donate? So money, property, knowledge, whatever we have, when we use it for others' welfare, it brings joy in us and it also brings joy in others. Whatever you give, that comes back to us. So if you give good things will come back to you. So that's what all the great saints have taught, and inspired by the life and message of Swami Vivekananda, I, after completing my MBBS, decided to dedicate my life to serve the humanity. What is the result in the journey of 15 years? I am more happy. I have left my home, but whole world has become my home. My heart has expanded. I'm happy. I don't have a bank balance, but I'm happy. I got the biggest balance in me, that is happiness. So that's what the research is proving nowadays. The mind, if it is focused on good things, and it is for a duration, long duration, so it depends on your mind, on what it is focused and how long it is focused. So if it is selfless, if it is focused for the good of others for a long time, you are going to gain the best and best of the health. Thereby, you are going to achieve happiness, joy. जीवन में मस्त रहना है तो सेवा करना है without expecting anything in return. So based on the life and message of Swami Vivekananda and my journey of 15 years, all of us should learn how to serve our own body and mind and take care of our body and mind so that it becomes a great instrument to serve humanity at large, thereby attaining joy, happiness that is already within us. Thank you.
Fantastic, Swamiji. Anyone? I think Naresh and Subhuda, you are also a part of the conversation. So kindly, if you can place your questions.
Yeah, so there are some questions we have received. How much we have to pay to join the session? I think we made it clear. There's no cost involved in this session. But there's a lot of commitment involved for sure. The another question is, how will I know the prescribed changes are happening? How do you communicate on day-to-day operational matters of this program? Maybe I can take this question myself. So this, we have already connected with all the people who enrolled through two ways. One is email communication. Another one is a WhatsApp group was created and we have posted it. So Anirban, you can probably prepare the questionnaire, for the poll. So once we all agree, once whoever is agreed to join this program, so we will be having both two communications. One is through email as well as WhatsApp. Through that, one of our research assistant will coordinate with you and keep communicate. But there is not major changes is going to happen. It's going to be very, very simple every day. Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, 6 to 7:30. It is fixed for 4 weeks, starting from same day next week, that is 24th.
So I just launched the poll, and in the meanwhile, I think Dr. Sharma, maybe you can mention about the kind of commitment which is required from people who are going to be part of the program, and how many people are you willing to accept in one batch?
So I think that since it's going to be interactive, I want to make sure that we all stay connected, because that is the recipe for joy and fun. It has to be joy and fun for everybody. I believe that 70 should be the upper limit. 50 is optimal. If it becomes bigger than that, then I think that interaction part falls away, connectivity part falls away. It depends upon what the interest is. If there is, then we can do another session to follow and another to follow. So it's not that we do not want to deny anybody the pleasure and benefit of this. So we will be sending the questionnaires to everybody. One thing that I want to make sure is that there should also be some objective evaluation on your part. There will be 2 or 3 questionnaires that will be sent to you, simple format that you answer before joining, and then you answer at the end of 4 weeks, and to see whether it made a difference in your life or not. So that will be posted on the website and also sent individually to participants who agree to participate. I can tell you, I spent 4 weeks in Kankal, Haridwar with Swamiji. 4 weeks we did yoga, dhyana, meditation, prana, working in the hospital, hiking, climbing, biking every day, and eating this food. And it went in a tizzy. It was like just 1 week, and I still have fond memories of this. So once you get into the 4 weeks of this program where you're doing all these different things, and most importantly, doing it collectively and connecting to other people, like-minded people who are just as eager as you are to maintaining good health, good emotions, good mental makeup, good intellect, good interaction, it'll be a joy. I really don't think that it's painful. I think it's the opposite. These 4 weeks will be the best 4 weeks of your life. I say this with conviction because that's how I felt. And from that day on, every day I'm practicing this and doing yoga, dhyana, pranayama every day. So really, I have totally opposite view. This is 90 minutes of fun and frolic and benefiting and enjoying, and really, I would say at the end of 4 weeks, we'll all be doing it like children. And that's what I want to be. At the end of 4 weeks, we should also all become 5-year-olds.
Fantastic.
Mentally, physically, as well as health-wise.
Fantastic. I can see 65 people close to have kind of put their votes. I would request, I'll close the voting because it obstructs the screen. So I would maybe another few seconds, I'll close the voting. In the meanwhile, a couple of questions which has come, I think it has been posted privately to me. Like, you know, I have my office, how do I dedicate that kind of time? So this I can answer on your behalf, Swamiji's and Dr. Sharma's behalf, is this, that we are trying to do it from 6 o'clock onwards. So 6 to 7:30 is the kind of timing which we are looking at, India time. So am I right, Swamiji and
yes.
Sharma sir? So 6 to 7:30 is the kind of time. So I think that is one. Second is that some people have asked that, do I need to stop my non-veg eating during those time, or how is it my diet? Are you going to put some strictures?
Okay, so I'll take that, both, I'll take that. But I also add to what Anirban just said, every program that we are doing is going to be recorded. So sometimes, you know, you are not able to stay live in all sessions, but all sessions will be available to you recorded. Am I right, Anirbanji?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Yeah. So for some reason, someday you're not able to do it, or your work restricts you from doing it, you can always get the recorded version and watch it at your convenience. So it really, and you can play it and do yoga with Swamiji. It's recorded, same thing. It's exactly same thing. So you're not missing anything because the timings are such that the people actually, like some of them joined from Zambia, some from Australia, so all be different timings. So that's one question. The second is, we do not mandate for you to do anything. You do anything and everything that you're doing. Just keep doing it and spend 4 weeks in this fun and frolic and this satsang, this connectivity. And wherever your mind is, that's where you begin. Whatever your diet is, that's where you begin. Don't punish yourself. You're not here to punish yourself. You're here to enjoy, have good fun, have good health habits. And at the end of 4 weeks, you yourself will make a determination as to what you want to eat, what you do not want to eat. We do not want you to punish yourself or tell yourself or deny yourself anything. So keep doing what you're doing and keep listening and keep enjoying and stay connected, have fun. At the end of 4 weeks, your mind will tell you what is best for you.
Fantastic. So I'm just ending the poll. Another 4 or 5 seconds in between.
Yeah, give five more seconds if somebody wants to do. If somebody doesn't know where and you have a poll icon, you can go and pull it up.
You can keep it going. It's not showing up on the screen. It's not impacting the screen.
Okay, fine. So
2 more questions we have, Anirban.
Yeah, please.
I will
start
so 2 other questions.
Yeah.
Naresh?
Yeah.
Okay.
So
one of them is like how different this program is from rest of the yoga, naturopathy, or nutritionist programs and doctor's talk. So
okay, so I'll take that. There will be about total of 16 practices in 4 different subsets that we have picked up. There is a dietary practice, activity practice, stress reduction practice, and habit transformation practices. And all those 16 will be communicated to you. There are multiple practices available to do integrated wellness. We chose those 16 because they have scientific validation and evidence behind it that we'll be sharing with you. So this is how our program is different. What we have tried to do is stay true to the recommendations of the American College of Cardiology and American Heart Association and pick up only those practices that have benefit. For example, I give you a small example. Somebody's going to come along and say, my grandfather used to take 2 cloves of garlic and I'm taking 2 cloves of garlic and therefore I will not have a heart attack. Well, there is scientific study. Garlic reduces cholesterol by 2%. That does nothing to prevent your heart attack. If your cholesterol is 240, you either need to go on a plant-based diet or you need to take a statin. So these are the kind of things that you'll be learning. But at the same time, we don't want to talk down any other practice. You can do any other practice that you want, but we have only chosen scientifically proven evidence-based practices that have been recommended by American Heart Association, American College of Cardiology, and European Society of Cardiology, and combined it with the beautiful Eastern practices because they are the mind transformation practices of yoga, meditation, and pranayama. And on these practices, there's scientific benefit. Mind Body Institute of Harvard recommends meditation, pranayama, and yoga, and we'll be sharing that with you. And the Compassion Institute of Stanford, that recommends loving kindness, compassion, gratitude, and self-rejuvenation practice and volunteerism, and that we'll be sharing with you. So I think that this does not mean that the other things don't work. They do, but I wanted to make sure that we create a program that combines the best of the East with the best of the West, but proven scientifically and evidence-based.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Also, there is a question called, I cannot do yoga, I have back pain issues. Is that the way to practice by sitting position?
Yes, so our format is Swamiji will be doing and leading the yoga. Swamiji will be sitting just as you see him right now. There'll be 2 cameras on Swamiji, one the front camera that you're seeing and one the side camera. And I will be following Swamiji sitting on a chair. So I'll be doing all the same things in chair. So you'll be able to practice sitting on a chair or sitting on the floor. So if you want to watch chair demonstration, you can watch me. If you want to watch sitting, you can watch Swamiji. All 4 demonstrations with 4 cameras will be visible on your screen during all yoga, meditation, pranayama sessions. Can you unmute Swamiji?
Yes, I'm done.
Yeah, very well said by Dr. Susheel. Yeah, we definitely take care of you personally. How different this course will be from other courses. Basically, it is based on the experience of me and many who have already practiced with us. And many of the people who are already experiencing will also be with us. And we will be having people who are healthy, also who have some health issues. So we will have separate modules, and while teaching we'll explain, if you've got low backache, you should not do this, but you can do this way. So it is really unique, and we are a totally dedicated team. When you say it is free of cost, it doesn't mean that quality we have brought down. We have got full team like Naresh, Anirbanji, Subratoji, who are highly qualified in the technical work that they are doing. So far, all who have observed, they might have already seen how dedicated this team is. So you got a dedicated team who is focused for your wellness. So if you got low backache, it's not a problem. We have other ways to improve your health. We can also treat your backache. So like that, it will be really interesting. Ultimately, as told by Dr. Susheel Sharma, we are with you. We will be doing it together, and we will definitely enjoy it. There is no doubt about it. Anirban?
Yes, sir. Another question which has come up is, and some of the questions are coming privately to me. I don't know, people are not posting it to everybody. It says that, do you recommend basic lab tests before we start the course?
Yes, we do recommend, because you'll be able to get an idea. For example, I shared my lab test report before the program and after the program. So once I get the result in the laboratory, it inspires me to do more. The scientific evidence that Dr. Susheel will be giving, which are published in the American journals, that will inspire you to do more happily, joyfully. Eyes cannot see what mind doesn't know. So your mind will be filled with all good thoughts, scientific evidence-based thoughts, which will inspire you to do more practice to achieve the great wellness, the highest wealth that we can achieve. Anirban.
Sure, sir. I think, yeah, Subrata, Naresh, you have any further questions?
One question. I'm already a vegetarian. Why I have to change my diet plan?
We have not told to change your diet plan. You will remain vegetarian, but there are some misconceptions proved by our scientific evidence and also the ancient methods. So it will be blend of East and West. If you are already vegetarian, we will say how better you yourself can make your vegetarian plate. As I shared the plates, it means a lot. But in every slide, behind every slide, there is 1 hour explanation which will tell your mind how should you prepare your plate. When I say salt-free, sugar-free, it doesn't mean it's not tasty. It's very tasty. How it is tasty, how it is going to provide nutrients to us. So all these things will be dealt.
Great, sir.
Sir, there is one more question. I feel energetic after taking tea, coffee, and biscuits moderately. Why I have to change this habit?
Susheel?
So tea, coffee, it depends on how you take it. The surge that you get after tea is partially caffeine and partially sugar, because I'm assuming you're an Indian and you take sugar in your tea and coffee. So once you start doing yoga, meditation, and pranayama, one thing that comes from pranayama is your vital energy, your energy level goes high. You don't need crutches. You don't need tea, coffee, and those biscuits to give you energy. You're full of energy. You will see it yourself. And therefore, keep drinking your tea, keep drinking your coffee, keep eating your biscuits for now, and start doing these healthy habits. At the end of 4 weeks, do what your mind tells you to do. And your mind will tell you to do what is right. You yourself will have so much energy. You'll feel so much better that the tea and the coffee and the biscuit will fall away from you. You don't have to push it away. So don't push anything away. Keep doing all that you're doing. But once you see the benefit of healthy living, these things will fall off by themselves. You don't have to punish yourself to get rid of the tea and coffee and biscuit. The tea, coffee,
so this will be presented by Dr. Susheel Sharma with a paper. What happens when we take tea, coffee, sugar? Your energy level shoots up because there is a release of lot of sugar. Along with that, insulin is also released. So again, it will come down after some time. So like that, you become addicted to tea and coffee. I learned from Susheel, Sharma, Swamiji, even tea, coffee is also addiction. So you will become addiction free by understanding the proper science behind it. Whenever you take sugar, your body releases some insulin and you will feel immediately energetic. But what is the loss that is going to harm your body? You are going to become a high risk candidate to develop diabetes, obesity. So unknowingly, you are going to punish your body for little pleasure. So as told by Susheel ji, when you get the higher pleasure of doing yoga, meditation, pranayama, which is the real energy, the energy which neither can be created nor destroyed, that energy which runs this whole universe, that energy is within you. When you realize this, when this becomes your experience, automatically the bad habits will fall off. But we are not going to force anybody, you do this, you don't do this. We are going to give scientific, evidence-based things which are experienced by people, and the ancient method, the real scientific methods which are going to boost our health, that will be given in our program IWSP. Yours.
So there is a question.
Go ahead, Anirban.
There's a question that I'm an orthopedic patient. Will I be able to carry forward the instructions in IWSP?
Definitely. We'll also bring in some orthopedic specialists who are already in our team. We have all the specialists who are qualified from different specialities, and also they have dedicated, they have promised me, Swamiji, whenever needed, I'm there to serve. So we can also take up the call privately by writing. The people should write their problems to CeRIMed group, then they will direct how your problem will be resolved. But at the same time, coming back to the point, we are going to mainly focus on lifestyle disorders. हमारा जीवन पद्धति में कुछ गड़बड़ी आया है, उसके वजह से सारा बीमारी. There are some disorder in my day-to-day lifestyle. I have forgotten what is ideal lifestyle. Because of that, I am developing diseases like simple body ache to cancer. Science has proven. The stress, if it is not bearable, if I cannot bear with the stress, when it becomes chronic and toxic stress, leads to cancer. Harvard University recently, they have produced an article. So by doing yoga and pranayama, what happens? We get proper oxygenation to every cell of our body. We get proper energy to every cell of our body. We get proper blood supply to every cell of our body. When every cell of our body is healthy, we feel energized, we feel healthy, we feel fresh, we look beautiful from within to without, within to out. Yours.
Yes, sir. And moreover, sir, as we had discussed, if someone is having a challenge in his posture, Dr. Sharma will be doing the same yoga postures what you will be doing on a seated position. So you will facilitate someone who is having perhaps a knee problem that he or she cannot sit down on the floor. That person can also join the program seated on a chair. So there will be a lot of modifications, and ease of the entire program has been well thought out to encompass a larger cross section of people. That's what I understand, sir.
Yeah. So typically these kind of programs are done physically. This is the first time such a magnitude we are trying to do it, virtually. There could be certain hiccups, but we will overcome. I think we have little limited time. A few more questions we can quickly address. What are the prerequisites to attend this program every day? Whoever has voted for, whoever sign in for the program, they will be getting a separate do's and don'ts list, and you can easily follow it. Very simple. We will give you, don't worry about that. Another question is, I think this is to Swamiji, little spiritual question. Does Seva Yoga encompass 4 yogas? What does Jagadithya mean? My question is for Swamiji.
Atmano mokshartam jagadhitaya cha. Synthesis of 4 yogas. One is Jnana Yoga. Fill your mind with divine thoughts, compassion for others, feeling for others, what is right, what is wrong, what to do, what to not do. So that will be taught by Jnana Yoga, by right thinking. Then by doing right work. Karma yoga. That which is good for all is good for me. So doing my work without any expectation for my selfish motives. Then doing it as a worship. If you are a believer of God, you do it as a worship. If you are just a person who just believes in doing good to others, do it. So that is karma yoga, and surrender to the highest energy. There is something which is controlling everything, either God or some energy. So surrender to that so that you will become more energetic. You will be, if you are a devotee of God, you will get blessings of the Lord. That is bhakti yoga. And training your own mind, Raja Yoga. Just sit. Now itself, all of you, wherever you are, just close your eyes, focus your mind on your breathing movements. Feel that whenever you are breathing in, you are breathing in all that is energy, pure, freshness, joy, happiness, compassion. Whenever you are breathing out, feel that you are all throwing out all the weakness, because of which we do many a times mistakes. So this is what Raja Yoga teaches. So these are very technical terms. Jnana Yoga, Bhakti Yoga, Raja Yoga, Jnana Yoga, synthesis of 4 yogas, what Swami Vivekananda has given in this Kali Yuga, because always I cannot work, always I cannot worship, always I cannot think, always I cannot do meditation. So sometimes little synthesis of 4 yogas. Atmano mokshartam jagadhitaya cha. Atmano mokshartam means for the salvation of oneself. For the salvation means I want to be free from all the suffering. I want to be happy. To attain that state, how to attain it? By doing jagadhitaya cha, by doing good to others, doing good to people, doing good to society. Jagat hitaya cha, which is good for the society. If you are surrounded by people who are feeling good, doing good, you will also feel happy. So the best way to find joy within is to forget yourself and to find yourself in others, as Mahatma Gandhi has said. So all these discussions will be taken up and practicing small postures, sukshma vyayamas, simple breathing techniques. Simple. Many of the people go to orthopedic surgeon with a frozen shoulder. You need not go. While sitting, you can do this. We are already sitting for more than 40 minutes. So whenever you are sitting for more than 40 minutes, wherever you are there, do some free hand movements and just focus on little breathing. See the joy. You are fresh again. You are again fresh to attend another 40 minutes. So like that, synthesis of 4 yogas, Atmano mokshartam jagadhitaya cha, what Swami Vivekananda has given to the world, right from Narendra Modi, Prime Minister, to President of USA, are following Swami Vivekananda because he is secular, he is for all, because he always spoke about ideas and ideals which is good for humanity. Thank you.
So maybe another question also for doctor. What all the tests need to be done? Dr. Susheel or Dr. Swamiji also, you can also answer it. What are all the different tests they need to do that?
So simple basic test, a complete blood profile picture, mainly focusing on your cholesterol, mainly focusing on your liver function test. So general profile, and if you got any disease pertaining to that, your doctor will be informing you. For example, you got increased uric acid. So get a uric acid test done. Somebody has got high bilirubin, get liver function test. Somebody has got lipid increased, so let them get their lipid profile. Somebody has less hemoglobin, let that be done. So complete a profile, and if at all you have got already your doctor, please consult your doctor. That you can always do, but also a pro forma will be sent to your email soon by CeRIMed.
Patients recovering from COVID illness are eligible now to participate in this program?
Yes, they must, because there are a lot of post-COVID patients whom I am seeing daily in my hospital. They come and complain, still cough continues, I'm not feeling energized, I got weakness. So sometimes I get breathlessness. Why? The lung which was infected, that lung capacity has decreased. To increase the lung capacity, we should learn how to breathe properly. Do this. This, if you do this, you don't need to go to hospital to get oxygen through some pipe. So when you are breathing in, you are not just taking some air, but you are taking oxygen inside, not just oxygen, the prana shakti, not just the prana shakti, highest energy which is controlling the universe is also entering you. So everybody must do pranayama. If you are a post-COVID patient, you must do pranayama to regain your health to 100% back. It is possible.
Sure.
Anirban, can you also, Anirban?
Yes,
can
sir.
you also go ahead and upload on the website? We did a post-COVID yoga and management of post-COVID state, the webinar that we had last week, and we had a lot of other speakers on that, Dr. Akshay, Dr. Manjunath, Dr. Raju. I think I'll forward it to you. You should put it on the website, and you can put it on the website.
I will put it on the website. We'll
Thank
put,
you.
So also I want to inform all my participants that all that is evidence-based will also be put on the website, and you can always go through the website. You will have immense benefits. Naresh?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
He's rejoining. So, sir, I think there have been a lot of questions. I have got big questions. Like I have had a L1 compression fracture about 9 months back and recovered from surgery where I'm going through swimming exercises. Will I have any challenges to go through the sessions? And
already we have answered. We will also take all the precautions. If required, we will also have our orthopedic surgeon to help you.
Yeah.
You can participate in the program. Yeah.
In fact, like this, there are several individualistic questions also.
Yeah.
Which
when our course starts, we'll give all the instructions. First session will be everything scientific, why we should do. It will be explained by Dr. Susheel Sharma. And when we start practicing, we will take all the precautions.
Right, sir.
Before we do any practice, we'll tell if your age group, this, everything will be told in separate.
Right, sir.
And also, Anirban, what we're talking about is not just the yogasana, yoga postures. We're talking about yogic lifestyle. So even if you're not able to do any of the postures, the asanas, you're still benefiting from the diet, the yogic lifestyle, the pranayama, dhyana, meditation. So people that have disabilities and are not able to do any of those activities, they're still immensely benefiting by imbibing yogic lifestyle.
Correct. Correct.
Anirban, please take care of the time, please. People are there more than 100.
Yes.
Yes.
I think we have crossed 6:45. We had promised that we'll close. So any last words from all 4 of us, 5 of us?
I want Subrata to speak because we lost the connection in the beginning when Subrata was about to speak. Subrata, please.
Yeah, thank you very much. Yeah, it was the internet again. We never had a chance to go through how actually we started our journey on CeRIMed. And we learned a lot in last 3 to 4 months when we started our work as a professional, but we got all the practitioners to join us, and we contacted many of these luminaries. All those luminaries presentation, their talk we have on our CeRIMed website. Any of you really want to hear what they talk, like Dr. Hegre, Dr. Thuli, Dr. Nagaratna, and they have done those excellent motivational talk with us. And that has given us a tremendous boost, tremendous motivation to proceed further. And what happens, we have not only regular professionals on the medical side, but we have Ayurveda doctors, Siddha doctors, homeopathy doctors, all in our team members. So they also contribute so that make this whole session, whole interaction with our members and all the other people very, very interactive. Also, we meet almost on a regular basis. Even during this pandemic, we conduct every Sunday meeting, and we conduct very special kind of talk, which is not a regular health talk, but for a interesting talk like a yoga therapy for the treatment of musculoskeletal disorder. That was done last Sunday by Dr. Mrityunjaya. He's from JSS Medical College. And these talks are open to all participants. All you have to do, go to our website on the events program and register there. You will get the details how to join this program. So with this few of the details, I think we love to see most of you coming back, and it's a love to uh, present my ideas and interact further from my end. Really, I want to thank you, all our facilitator, Dr. Sharma ji's and Swami ji's, and all the team members from CeRIMed who has really contributed and motivated all of us to continue further, even in the challenging times. I mean, this is my first experience using the technology to the maximum extent, and I face the problem today. But I'm happy still we could manage to perform because it's a team, and team who believes it can be achieved, it can be achieved. Technology is one factor, but we can still do it. And thank you all, and thank you all the other participants who stayed with us and for your huge response. So thank you. And Anirban, this is your conclusion, please.
Thank you, Naresh, and thank you, Swamiji, and thank you, Dr. Sharma, for this wonderful initiative. And I think it was always there with you, but we were all happy to be a part of the entire process. And not only this first beginning, I think this is the beginning of a long journey which we are going to have together. So thank you very much. Thank you all the participants, and look forward to see you. Dr. Sharma.
Yeah, I just wanted to say something before we sign off. To all the participants, we're grateful that you joined, but I really want to tell you, you heard 5 members here, but the backbone of this program are the 3 members, Anirban, Subrata, and Naresh. They're tireless, selfless workers who really worked hard to make this program possible and are going to go ahead and do that. There is so much of logistics, there is so much background work, there's so much answering questions, everything, and they put their heart and soul in it, and I'm really grateful and thankful. And once you join the program, you will realize how good these people are, how hardworking they are, and how much they made this possible for us. And this would not have been possible without the help of Anirban, Subrata, and Nareshji. Please accept my heartfelt gratitude.
I also extend my heartfelt gratitude and thanks to our CeRIMed team for doing a wonderful service. And for the information of all the participants, I would like to mention that they have their own very busy schedule of their own other job responsibility. Along with that, they have done this within a very short notice of time. That's what yoga can bring in us. You become more efficient. Yoga karmasu kaushalam. If you are a practitioner of yoga, right way of living, wellness, you will be able to perform better. And samatvam yoga uchyate. They are working beyond their time, but they're happy. They're calm. They're quiet. You can see them. So that's what they have done. Yoga karmasu kaushalam, samatvam yoga uchyate. So by practicing integrated wellness science and practice, we are going to become more efficient in our work. We are going to attain calmness of mind. That is the highest benefit we are all going to attain. And when it is done in a team, we inspire each other. So that's where, again, I earnestly request everybody, please take up the initiative and make a commitment. Yes, this is my lifetime commitment. Abhi nahi to kabhi nahi. If you cannot decide now, I feel you will never be able to decide. Again, it is free of cost, doesn't mean we are just doing it something. It will be highly professional, highly knowledgeable, highly beneficial. We are doing it as a service to humanity. Thank you one and all for being with us. Now to Anirban.
Thank you, sir. Thanks a lot. We'll close the session today. And before everyone departs, I'll just play the song once again. So thank you very much and look forward to joining on 24th. You will receive the communication from our side. Thank you very much. Yes, sir.
ये जो देश है तेरा, स्वदेश है तेरा, तुझे है पुकारा। ये वो बंधन है जो कभी टूट नहीं सकता। ये जो देश है तेरा, स्वदेश है तेरा, तुझे है पुकारा। ये वो बंधन है जो कभी टूट नहीं सकता। मिट्टी की है जो खुशबू तू कैसे भुलाएगा। तू चाहे कहीं जाए तू लौट के आएगा। नई नई राहों में, दबी दबी राहों में, खोए खोए दिल से तेरे कोई ये कहेगा। ये जो देश है तेरा, स्वदेश है तेरा, तुझे है पुकारा। ये वो बंधन है जो कभी टूट नहीं सकता। तुझसे जिंदगी है ये कह रही, सब तो पानियां अब है क्या कमी। यूं तो सारे सुख है बरसे, पर दूर तू है अपने घर से। आ लौट चल तू अब दीवाने, जहाँ कोई तो तुझे अपना माने। आवाज दे तुझे बुलाने वही देश। ये जो देश है तेरा, स्वदेश है तेरा, तुझे है पुकारा। ये वो बंधन है जो कभी टूट नहीं सकता। ये पल है वही जिसमें है छुपी पूरी एक सदी सारी जिंदगी। तू ना पूछ रास्ते में काहे आए हैं इस तरह दो राहें। तू ही तो है राह जो सुझाए, तू ही तो है अब जो ये बताए। जाए तो किस दिशा में जाए वही देश। ये जो देश है तेरा, स्वदेश है तेरा, तुझे है पुकारा। ये वो बंधन है जो कभी टूट नहीं सकता।
Thank you very much. We'll close the session now.